Alright, hello. Today we are taking a look at this 120 watt transformator. There's a spelling error in the title as of today. Transformer, AC to DC, 120 to 12 volt transformer. Got it kind of wired up here. I've got a old computer cord that I cut and hooked up there, and a couple of Anderson power poles here for future use and stuff. And well, as far as I know, I wired it correctly, so I'm gonna plug it in and see what happens. Whole lot of nothing, which is good. I wasn't expecting it to make any weird noises or sounds. Touching the case is not killing me. Oh, nice. There's a green LED here, so I know it's on. So let me just set this cord off to the side. Take a look at the output here. I am not set up on the bench here to do any kind of a load test rate at this moment on this, but I will be using it for something that takes approximately 10 amps, give or take, so I'll get a chance to kind of test the load capabilities of it later. Looks like we're settling out of the box at 11.96, so I guess they quite literally mean 12 volt when they say 12 volt on their listing. There's no reason it's going to be any different on the other port here. More just want to check that my power poles are working correctly. So let's see if I can reach it. Tiny screwdriver over here. See if we can actually bump this up a little bit, because I would rather have a little bit over 12 volts than under. Probably gonna need something different. So there's a potentiometer here where I should be able to adjust this. Just going to make some slight changes here. Well, and I'm curious to know how high it can be adjusted to go. Something like 13.8 would be more desirable for my ham radio purposes, so out of curiosity I'll just see if it will go up to that. Alright, I think I've reached the end of travel on the potentiometer here, so it looks like fully wound up we've capped out at 13.55. You can't see that because of the glare. Sorry about that. I was paying more attention to what I was doing here than what you could see on the camera. So potentiometer is fully cranked. We've reached the end of that, and it has topped out at 13.55 volts. I don't know if I want to just leave that wound all the way up. Maybe right in the neighborhood of 12.8 is a good place for me to set it. Just over somewhere right in that range. I don't know what kind of voltage sag we're going to see when we have some kind of a load on it. Yeah, 12.8, just over 12.8 there. It's not too bad for my intent and purposes. Touchy like these things always are. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to hit 12.8 right on the dot, and that's okay. Not the end of the world. So goes up to 13.55. I don't think I'm going to just leave that cranked all the way up. I don't have any reason to believe that bad things will happen. I just don't want to tempt fate, if you know what I mean there. So we'll put her right about 12.8, which is a 0.8 volt increase from the factory setting. Hopefully not something that's going to bother something like this in any way. And I guess that for the moment is all I know about it voltage wise, as I'm not set up to do a current draw test. But other than that, the unit looks nice. You know, rated for 10 amps. Might have been nice if it would have included some kind of a fan, but I have a fan that I might be able to just install on there if I think it's going to be under some kind of a heavy sustained load, and I don't know if it really will be or not with the purpose that I have in mind here, so we'll see. Maybe I'll install a fan, maybe I won't, but so far the unit looks pretty nice, so I'll do some little testing with it with ham radio and maybe some other odds and ends and see what we got, but initial impression looks good. Alright, we're going to attempt a little load test here. I have a 9004 light bulb with the high beam connected up here, just one lead remaining that needs to be hooked up. Going to plug in the transformer, and green light comes on and it goes up to that 12.82 volts that I had adjusted it to previously, and what I'm looking for is to see what kind of voltage sag is present when I put this bulb is known to me to draw about just under 5 amps, like 4.9 amps, so if I light up that bulb, carefully get my connector in here, look, there it went. Well, we're still holding at 12.81, and I know that bulb on the high beam draws about 5 amps, so we're at about 50% of the rated load, and still holding at the 12.8 essentially voltage that I had set it for, so that's good. Happy with that. Trying to unplug this now, so it can do at least 50% of its rated output without a significant or notable voltage drop, so count that as a win. This thing is looking very good so far, and I'll probably hook it up to an 5 to 8 amp radio appliance after this and see how it does, but so far looking